Hi everybody, I've got a Magnatone video coming. So here is something kind of cool. This is a 1965 Magnatone, and first off, you can see from the foot switch, the original foot switch, oh yeah, and as we lift this up, here's the stand, that's the case that stands up, and this is a Magnatone Custom 260. Now the 280 had reverb, but the Custom 260 has this wonderful pitch changing vibrato, and this amp has all the hang tags, the manual, again 1965, foot switch, hang tags, manual. We're going to run this through the shop. We just got this the other day, but you have two separate channels, each channel with high and low, and then you have a foot switchable pitch changing vibrato. Now I'm going to turn this around so you can see the inspiration they came with, and then I'm going to show you this amp here, and this is a Twilighter. So the Twilighter for Magnatone is an amp that is point-to-point wired. Now I've said this before, but any decent point-to-point wired amplifier is going to run you a couple of grand, and if it has reverb, it's going to run you more than that. If you picture what it costs to do a reverb pedal, $200, $300, $900. To do a tremolo pedal, which this amp has, that's another $200, $300, $400. And then a pitch changing vibrato pedal, okay, that is another $200, $300 that you'd add into the amp. This amp is, nothing about it is digital. This is a long reverb tank, and here, let me show you. These Magnatones are 25 watts, single 12-inch speaker, and just a huge deep sound. That's what you get with point-to-point wiring. Some of the commercial-made amps from Marshall or Fender, the ones that are in that $1,000, $1,200 zone, they're printed circuit board. Better ones don't have their sockets against the printed circuit board. Those tube sockets on the printed circuit board generate a lot of heat, and that can sometimes warp a printed circuit board. Good ones will have them separated from the circuit board. But the thing that a lot of the larger corporations do is run their power tubes rather cool, and they don't give it the full voltage to really heat up those power tubes. And the reason they do that is because it's more reliable and it doesn't burn through tubes. And so what you get with a cheaper amp too is not quite as rich a tube sound as you do on an amp like this. So I'm going to turn this down. I've got the treble and bass about midway. Playing through a Fender reissue broadcaster. It is a custom shop version, and then it does have reverb, and this is a long spring reverb, a long tank. Those longer tanks give you can hear that, and I don't like reverb, but I'm going to turn it up for those of you that do. That's enough of that. And then it also has AM amplitude modulation, which is tremolo. But this is the secret sauce. This has FM, frequency modulation, which changes the frequency or the pitch of the instrument. And I'm going to turn that up. Oh, now that's a really sweet, clean sound. That gives you the Doppler effect, which is like a train going by. The pitch seems to change and come and go. And in the right situation, you can slow down the speed on this, and it really just fills a room. All right, I'm going to play it up a little bit, and then we're going to do a part 2 that includes the Magnatone Super 15. This is a Magnetone Twilighter. We just got it in. They're about a year on back order, maybe a little less than that. They're point-to-point wired. They come with a really cool cover. All of them come with the cover, and this cover is actually something that is from a Mercedes convertible top material. They have just the wackiest quality control. All the wires are braided to keep them together, and then they even emboss these leather handles. They emboss the leather around the reverb tank. They do lots of stuff they don't need to do. It has a high and low impedance. This foot switch is for the vibrato, so you can turn it on and off for the songs that you need it on. It has a remote speaker jack, so you can run it to a second cabinet, and that really lets that sweeping speaker, that Doppler effect, take on. And then you do have a line out for recording. I'm going to turn it up, and on that it's going to flood that microphone, and then we'll get to this amp in just a second. So here's this amp, kind of in there at 25 watts, all right? All right, wait for it. All right, we'll do number 2 in just a second.